Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dylan Silver, and today on the show, I have a residential realtor based out of Orange County, TV host of American Dream, community supporter, and lots of involvement in media. We'll talk about that here today. Holly McDonald. Holly, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. I always like to start off at the top by asking folks how they got into the real estate space.
Yeah, well, I loved real estate as a child. My mom did it part-time, so I lived and breathed it for a little while. I thought it was so much fun. And ultimately, though, I ended up thinking that wasn't going to be like my career path. Maybe I would do it one day. Well, I ended up working with Home and Garden Television on some different shows. And the most famous of those is House Hunters, which I'm sure many of your viewers have seen. And I was a producer. So I got to go around, meet with the realtors, meet with the people buying homes, and it was so exciting. I loved the production of it, but what I really loved was, helping people find homes and telling their stories. So I ended up deciding at that point to get my license, and I haven't looked back.
Let's talk about the TV and the media space. How'd you get involved in that space?
I guess it was kind of a natural progression because I was really into the arts as a child. I loved theater and drama and all of that. So I was doing the theater program in high school. And then when I went to college, decided to major in communications and specialize in TV production. And then TV production paved the path to going to intern with HGTV and ultimately work there.
HGTV has got to be the spot for fix and flippers and everything real estate related on television. Did you know that you were going to maybe down the road look into real estate, or was it when you were on House Hunters that you saw for the first time, hey, this is something I'm passionate about?
I think I really felt that I was passionate about it when I saw how the industry worked. I didn't know, when I watched my mom do it or my friends' parents do it as a child, I thought, oh, that's a cool gig, but I don't know that as a child, I really thought of it as a job, if you will. So when I was on set and seeing people make a living at it, that kind of gave me more motivation that, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. And I really like this stuff.
And so I am unfortunately a little ignorant on House Hunters, so I don't know the premise, but was the show itself and the ebbs and flows of being a real estate investor what attracted you to the real estate space, or was it the people, or was it a combination of both?
So I'd say it was a combination. I love seeing houses as a child. I was always fascinated by looking at other homes. We would go to a lot of properties with my mom. So it was just so much fun. But then also the people, I really loved hearing what made people excited about a home and just almost the psychology of it, you see this as a realtor yourself, I'm sure, or even as an investor, that there are going to be certain things that are more broadly appealing to the masses than others. But then like one person might love that house with a red wall, it's all these little things and just.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Trying to be able to help them get what they're looking for. It was really gratifying.
I think, a lot of times people think real estate's hard to get into, which it can be. But what I found is so interesting, because I didn't have anybody in real estate before I became a real estate agent. People kind of told me, what are you doing? Trying to this whole real estate thing. I was getting into wholesale, doing cash for keys, assigning contracts during the executory period of the contract, wholesale, right? And people just didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying to figure it out as I went. But when I would go to different groups and when I would go to networking events, I was like shocked. I was like, man, these people are giving me all the game. They'll just talk about anything, and I can go ask a question and they'll be an open book. And so real estate, I found, is particularly interesting for that reason, because you don't regularly see that. You don't regularly see people being so willing to share their knowledge.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of working towards the same goal. If buyers and the general public don't want to buy and sell, then there's no business going on, right? So we have to constantly be educating people. And I think a lot of realtors are fairly obsessed with what they do. I know I am.
Yeah.
I may not want to talk about some other topic, but if you get me started on real estate, I will talk your ear off all day. So I think a lot of realtors, since you do have to live and breathe it to really understand and know the market and explain it to other people,
Yep.
That's what gets us going.
I want to talk about marketing channels and finding clients, and then referrals and scaling and building a business within the real estate space. How has that growth process been like for you?
So I've been a solo agent for like the 15 years that I've been in the industry. I am eventually now working on scaling because it allows me to provide better service, more service, and ultimately help more people. So that's been like a big transition that I am working through, because it's, you kind of get into your own systems, right? And you almost get in your own way because there's so many excuses. It's gonna be hard to teach somebody else this or train them in that. But at the same time, if I don't do that, then I'm not able to get to everything. So the scaling is really important, and finally ready to like divvy it up and work with other people so that we can accomplish more and help more people in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way to free up more of your time is either to offload it to a tech tool that can do the same thing, or to someone else who is willing to work for hourly exchange a wage. And in many cases, it's a win-win, because if you're working with a new realtor or someone who wants some type of mentorship, and they can take a lot of these tasks, and then you can go from selling one amount to then double or triple because you have a team underneath you. There's risk, right? Because you might not be able to partake in every step of the sale, but there's also the ability to help so many more people. I want to ask you about media and marketing, because we were talking about this before hopping on here. There's so much overlap between real estate and marketing, and you have to not just understand the X's and O's of the deal and the area and your client, but also you have to be basically a professional marketer, right? And all real estate agents deal with this.
Yeah, well, I think, real estate is one of those things where it's so expensive. So it's if you can get a lot of deals, that's great, right? But like ultimately, agents, we don't make any money until we sell a property, and there's a lot of competition out there. So we need to make sure that since there's so much on the line for our clients and our own income, that we are screaming it from rooftops,
That's
basically.
right.
We want to be able to get people's attention so that they know what we're offering. It's not like going to a store where there's like a lower risk. Like if we don't sell out of something small, some sort of small product, it's not a big deal if you don't make a $5 sale. I mean, ultimately maybe, but not as big as it is when you've got a big commission on the
$500,000.
line.
Yeah.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have to be mouthpieces. Our reputation is really important too, because we're so tied together between the property that we're selling and how we're presenting ourselves. If we have a bad reputation, people aren't going to trust us and then want to spend money on a property that we're representing. They're going to think we're a liar or a crook or something like that. So, all that to say, it is a combination of a lot of branding, a lot of marketing, a lot of social media. Now, I mean, social media, I got into the game right when social media was very much taking off in business. And I'm really grateful for that. I remember when my mom was doing it, and really like the media, the marketing was the newspaper and it was the magazines with the homes in them. And that was pretty much it. There wasn't the internet. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't even think there was the internet. It was really all like paper.
Yeah.
So now we literally have it at our fingertips, but people are so distracted. We need to be making sure we're marketing where they're going to be. And that's typically their phone.
It's like if you can't beat them, join them, right? If you can't get everyone undistracted, you might as well utilize it to your advantage. I forget where I heard this, but someone was saying, you know, if you're finding yourself distracted, you're on the losing end of social media. Unfortunately, it should be you distracting someone else, right? You should be making sure that they can't get your image, your branding off their feed, and that they actually want to see more of it. And I think I do this a lot. I'll see people and I'll be like, why am I following this person? And then I realize, well, it's because I find their content humorous, engaging, and at the end of the day, I'm sure they have something that they're selling, but also I just like listening to them. And I think a lot of what they do is providing some type of element of maybe reprieve or joy or comedic relief to my day. And so that overlap between media, marketing, social media, and real estate, how have you seen that benefit you directly in the real estate space?
So I've been working really hard, and I'm sure this is, something that you've done a lot of too, Dylan, but I've been working hard on just trying to build those connections through a screen, if you will. I mean, ultimately, you want those through a screen connections to
Yeah.
translate into in-person connections. But I do think that you can't meet everybody, right? And you can't
Yeah.
be in front of everybody at all times. So like you said, if you can't beat them, join them. If you can be in their feed where they're getting to know you, feeling a connection, feeling a relationship, feeling like they can trust you and know what they're going to get, that gets you that much closer to getting in the door with being able to be the person that they want to help them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
been doing a lot of podcasting and a lot of just like a lot of lives, a lot of education online, and knowing that that's not going to hit everybody, but it's something I can do that I might be out in an open house, but how many people am I going to really meet there? Yes, I will meet a few. Maybe it's a good day. Maybe I meet 15 people. But online, you can look at the metrics. You know how many people you're meeting, and then from there, you're making an impression on them. And
That's right.
that's ultimately why marketing is all about impressions and all of that.
Now, I want to ask you, because I think people don't understand the power of this. It's not just about that they're seeing your content and that they're seeing you. I've had it where people actually feel like they know me, where
Yes, that's
I'm
exactly. Yes.
like they feel like they know, and I'm like, that's amazing. And I think, especially with these longer form, they can get to know you pretty well. They can kind of understand how you think, how you talk, your pacing when you're talking and your pauses, and they can understand, okay, well, this is what it's like to have a conversation with Dylan, with Holly. And that's the real power of this, because even if I'm not talking to them, they're listening, right?
Well, I knew like the reason I kind of started with podcasting myself too was that I found that I loved listening to podcasts, like, or I would find the ones that I really liked and felt like, okay, cool. Like, I like their personality, or I like, how they're presenting themselves, and I like what their topics are. I was like, if this can pull me in, then
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I can use this to help pull other people into whatever is, I'm trying to attract, right? Like, I want to help people with how do you fix up your home, or how do you navigate a really tough market as a buyer? Like, those are all things, like I told you before, I could talk about them all day.
Yeah.
So why not?
Why not, right? I might as well hop on a podcast and chop it up about it. I want to pivot, Holly, and talk about Orange County and real estate out there. I'm in Dallas, Texas. And so give me a picture, because I'm not too familiar with Orange County. What's the average home price out there? Let's get granular. What's the average home price out there in Orange County right now? You know?
Yeah. So, I mean, it definitely varies. Orange County has very affluent areas and areas that are, not as pricey. Overall, we're looking at around 1.5 for the average home sale price for single family. But if you're on the coast in Laguna or Newport, it could be 3, 4, 5 million for an average home sale price. Whereas another city might be right around $1 million. Yeah, that's probably the range,
So
I would say.
1.5 million. How many acres of land is this? Where is this? Or is it, single family
Acres.
plot? How is it? What is it like?
Yeah, I'll paint a picture for you. If you're
Yeah.
looking at 1.5 million in Orange County, you're typically going to have a 6,000 to 7,000 square foot lot. So pretty small, like
Yeah.
an eighth of an acre. Typically like a 3 to 4 bedroom house, 15 to 1,800 square feet, single story, built in like the 1960s, 70s. Yeah, I mean, Orange County is really, now like a sprawling suburb of LA and even San Diego to a degree. Like, it's the county in between two larger cities that are also more of sprawling suburbs than, your traditional skyscraper type of cities. So, the population's been growing. There's a lot more housing here than there was 20, 30 years ago.
Sure.
And there's a high demand because of the lifestyle and the proximity to other cities and the weather. So it's a pretty booming area.
How big is Orange County? I'm trying to think of how big the county that I'm in. I don't know if
Oh
it's
boy,
Tarrant or Denton. I'm in
in
Denton
terms of like
County.
acres or population.
So it's tough to describe in acres, right? Because I don't know how big Denton is, which I'm in North Dallas. But
Okay.
in general, I would say, for instance, when I was in Bexar County in San Antonio, that county felt enormous because
Okay.
the city itself was like 40 miles long, and it was not just all of San Antonio, but it was like the outer areas as well. Meanwhile, when I'm in Denton County, we've got Denton, and it feels relatively small because we've got Dallas and Fort Worth right here, and I don't believe either of them are considered Denton. So, does Orange County feel like a big area?
So I would say that typically it's probably about 25 to 30 miles, across and north-south. It will generally take you about 50 minutes to go across the county.
Yeah.
But, depends on traffic. It could be 2 hours.
This is an interesting conversation. 1.5 million. What's the mortgage on that type of house typically?
Oh, well, I mean, it will depend on your down payment, but
Sure.
typically in the 1.5 range, let's just throw out there, it's probably going to be like 10,000 plus a month.
You're doing, yeah, a lot of affluent people then in Orange County, to say the least. But I said this before hopping on here that I'm jealous because I see a lot of people in SoCal. I see a lot of people who are in Florida, and I say I don't know what's going on with real estate in these two areas, but it seems like there's a lot of people who have real estate businesses, and then I think it's kind of hard maybe to be making money in real estate and then to also be in such good weather, and then to look outside and you kind of just get a better vibe. I don't know, but I get that a lot from the people in SoCal and the people in Florida for sure. We are coming up on time here, Holly. Where can folks go to maybe learn more about your business or get in contact with you?
Yeah. So, well, I have a website. It's realtorhollymcdonald.com. And from there, you can find my Instagram or, my phone number, email, and all of that. But my Instagram, I'm very present on Instagram, and that's Realtor Holly McDonald on Instagram too.
Holly, it's been great having you on the show. Thanks for coming on the show here today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.